How is it going, gamers? Today we are going to be doing a video that was supposed to come out Monday, but ran into some technical issues with recording, and then yesterday the app was updating and it wasn't updating right. So today we are going to be doing a Pokemon League recap from the local league play that I had on Sunday. So we used our MewVMAX deck, so I'm going to give a little rundown on what that deck looks like. We went 3-0, played against Tinglu, Miraidon, and Xianpao with the Palkia. And then we actually also played like a bonus match against the up-and-coming Scizor deck. I don't know if you've seen those around lately, but I just want to give a quick a deck list run-through of like what this deck is, how it operates, what makes it work, what makes it not work, like all of those kind of things. And then we'll jump into at least one match. If that match goes real fast, then we'll go ahead and do a second match. But to kick it off, we start out with our Pokemon. So we do run this. Well, actually, let's start with. Oh, I am getting rid of cards. That's not what I meant to do. Oh my goodness. Let me fix that. Sorry about that, guys. All right, and then one of these bad boys. Let's see, let's get the fancy one in there. Okay, so the way this deck works, if you're not familiar, we do have a MewV. MewV basically doesn't do a whole lot for us. We typically rely on this MewVMAX to be our attacker because we are running the DTE variant. That means that the only energy that we run in this whole deck is 4 copies of double turbo energy, which is enough to let us use Cross Fusion Strike. And Cross Fusion Strike, if you don't know, it says choose one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon attacks and use it as this attack. So if you have another MewVMAX on your bench, you can use Max Miracle, 130 damage. It's not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. If we have a regular Mew, I call it a baby Mew. If we have a baby Mew on our bench, then we can use this Psychic Leap. We can use Energy Mix if we want to, but that's not really ever going to be the case. But we can use Psychic Leap for 70 damage. You may shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck. I love using that attack if our Mew, like if we're going against a deck that needs like 2 or 3 turns to finally knock out a MewVMAX, if we can use that Psychic Leap as they're, 1 turn away from knocking out MewVMAX, put it back in the deck, and then put up a clean one instead, it just buys us a little more time before they finally get that first knockout. We do run 4 of these Genesect Vs. These kind of hit double for us. We can copy the attack Technoblast for 210 damage. It's our highest attack that we have. The caveat with it is that during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack, and that does carry over to MewVMAX. So if MewVMAX uses Technoblast, then that specific MewVMAX cannot attack next turn. We also run the Genesect, especially for the ability. It uses Fusion Strike system, so once during your turn, you can draw cards until you have the same number of cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So if you have a full bench and you're active, you can draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, and you can do this for each Genesect that you have. And then we do run 1 copy of the Oricorio. The Lesson in Zeal ability makes it to where our Fusion Strike Pokemon take 20 less damage, which is really, really nice, especially when people are already struggling and trying to take multiple turns to hit that MewVMAX. Sometimes that can be like just a little extra oomph that makes them take a 3rd turn or a 4th turn. Also, Glistening Droplets is a pretty cool attack. It doesn't usually get used very often, but it's important to know that it's there for when you do need it. Basically lets you spread 5 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I do have some allergy stuff going on. I'll try to not do anything like that again. But that Lesson in Zeal and the Glistening Droplets is pretty good, just to know it's there. Energies, we'll skip to that. Like we said, it has 4 double turbo energies. That's That's all you need for this deck. It's pretty easy. For trainers, this is where things get kind of interesting. I've updated it a few times already, but this is what I ran on Sunday, so this is what I'm going to show you guys. We did 2 bosses orders, 4 battle VIP passes, 4 cram-o-matics, 2 escape ropes, 2 forest seal stones, 2 nest balls. We have the echoing horn. We run 1 Roxanne for once they finally knock out that first MewVMAX. We have 2 choice belts, 4 ultra balls, 3 path to the peak. Love playing this after you set up your Genesect and after you set up everything, you finish your turn, you've used your Genesects, and then you drop this path to the peak, and that really helps stall out whoever you're going against, because almost every deck right now has some Pokemon with a rule box that uses abilities. So it's really good. Just 1 pal pad, usually to get back those bosses orders. 2 feather balls, 1 Iono, 4 power tablets, 1 Lost City, again, just another little disruption thing. 4 Lost Vacuums, 1 Switch Cart, 3 Judges, and then we're back to our boss's orders. So that's the deck list. That's the deck profile. Let's go ahead and just jump into a match, and I'll show you guys some of the inner workings of the deck and what makes it good, what makes it tick, and maybe we'll even see kind of like what makes it bad. Maybe we'll get a bad matchup and I'll go crying home. I don't know. Like I said, this deck is, well, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this deck is, in my opinion, the easiest playable deck in the TCG right now. I mean, it is super, super simple. It's really easy to look at your hand and look at what your opponent has and know exactly what you need to do on your turn, which is so, so simple. Like, on Sunday for my league play, I have a few decks, and I actually chose to do this one because I hadn't, throughout the week, I didn't get time to, practice with any of my other decks. And so I felt like maybe if I, since I didn't have the time to practice, I might end up, not running them properly or fumbling around. So I decided to run this one because I was like, I know I can do this one pretty easily. So one of the issues is that they did start with that Spiritomb, which really sucks. So it shuts off my Genesects. That's one of the worst things that can happen first turn of the game. So we'll see if I can recover from that. Obviously, the goal here is to, well, for one, I need to get set up still. So I do have battle VIP passes. I have a feather ball. And I'm going to set up as if that, actually, I should have grabbed 2 Genesects there, but that's okay. I was going to say, I'm going to set up as if that Spiritomb's not there. Spiritomb. Go ahead and use a cram-o-matic, get rid of a Lost Vacuum. I'm hoping, man. See, I need to find 2 things. Actually, 3 things. Depending on how I go about it. Ideally, I need to find an escape rope. Nope, now I need to find something to switch, an escape rope, for instance. I need to find a boss's orders, and I need to find a double turbo energy to be able to attack. And with Genesect's ability getting locked off, that's going to be really hard to do. Interesting. Well, now I don't have to find the switch card. That was... Why would he do that? I don't know if he realizes what he just did. Okay, so it looks like I do have to use the judge here to be able to find a double turbo. And I don't find it. And I can't use the cram-o-matic because I don't have an item. So let's just path to the peak, make sure that he can't use concealed cards this turn, and pass. Also means that if he does V-Star, he can't use the V-Star ability. Oh man, this is going to be a interesting match for sure. Man, this is going to be a rough one. We'll see what we can do about it. So anyways, yeah, getting that Spiritomb dropped in the opening setup was definitely a clutch play for this guy. Okay, that does let me use my Cram-O-Matic at least. Yes. Okay, so we definitely go double turbo energy here. Let's start getting some knockouts. We could have Forest Seal Stoned, but we don't need to waste that yet. And then we'll actually... Oh no, he has 130. Okay, so we will have to use Technoblast, which really is not great, but we do get a knockout, so that's okay. Yes, and we find the boss. Okay, here is a perfect opportunity to pop off next turn. Because all we have... Well, in 2 turns. Because we boss up that Spiritomb. And then... I don't know, hopefully he gets rid of the Path to the Peak. He should try at least. If he doesn't though, I would much rather play around Path to the Peak than play around the Spiritomb, because I can find ways to get rid of the Path to the Peak. Boss and attack is the only way that I can get rid of that Spiritomb. Right now it's even kind of rough because I've got to figure out a way to attack. Oh man, this match. I will say we're not out of it. We're definitely not out of this match. But we're not doing awesome. Wow, so we do end up finding that other double turbo, so that's pretty awesome. Go ahead and take up that Spiritomb, hit that free retreat, and this time we do get to excuse me, this time we do just get to Max Miracle for the knockout, which is awesome. Always good when you can just do something like that. And we have Lost City to remove the Path to the Peak next turn if he does not remove it, so that is phenomenal. Yep, so he's going to swing for 200 here unless he puts something to the bench. And I don't think that anyone running this deck would run an extra Spiritomb, but okay, good. It's like, I don't think they would, but you know, I've seen weirder decks happen, or seen people run some pretty weird things on TCG Live. Let's see. They do get another water Pokemon, so they're going to build their bench back up, so they are going to hit for 220 again. It's alright. See, so here would be a really... Well, now that I have both of them injured, so to say, I was going to say here would be a pretty decent time to use that... Sorry, I got quiet because I was thinking. To use the Psychic Leap thing. Let's see, so right now 190 plus the 30 for the choice band puts me at 220. So I've got to find a few different things. So let's do... Let's do it this way. We'll grab the Nest Ball, because we want to thin out the deck a little bit, because we got to find 2 power tablets. So now we grab the Genesect. We don't want any of these cards in our next hand, so we're going to go ahead and Iono. We have one of them. And we actually are just going to go ahead and throw all of that away. Not going to grab anything. Now we draw 6 cards here. We need 1 power tablet. And we really don't find it. I don't understand how that's even possible. Okay, let's go ahead and escape rope then. Make him feed me something else. Because at very least with that one, it does force him to find the other energy drop. Yeah, and we will just go ahead and Psychic Leap. Yeah, and he's still going to be able to knock out one of these guys. Yeah, let's just give him one of the baby Mews. Because we do know now we have two baby Mews in the deck. We have 1 MewVMAX. We do have 2 double turbos in the deck. I would rather make sure that we have this attacker this next turn. Okay, and he did use Melanie, so he won't be able to kill my attacker. That's good, or knockout, sorry. So I do have knockout on the V-Star this next turn with my VMAX. Then after that, it's just getting to be able to reach for one of the Xian Pao, really. Which that actually shouldn't be too difficult. As long as I can get everything set up the right way. Okay. Of course, this would be how this works out. So what supporters do we have? Go ahead and shuffle in that boss and the Iono. Those might be nice to have in a little while. Let's make him put away the prizes that he just drew. Alright, now let's go hunting. Come on. Are you serious right now? Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that then. A switch cart. So I can't use the switch cart right now, but I can use it next turn. Oh, and I can Cram-O-Matic the switch cart. And we fail it, but still gets cards out of the deck, out of my hand, so. Now Cross Fusion Strike for 250 for Techno Blast. Okay, we do have a power tablet for next turn, so now we don't have to worry about finding, well, the choice belt wouldn't work. So, no, I think we lost. We lost, didn't we? We'll see how much he's attacking for. But I'm pretty sure we have just a strict loss here. Interesting. Well, now we don't. Okay, so if you don't realize, that was a really bad play of him because he left my attacker alive. Like, if he would have just taken out the MewVMAX, I would have had to find a Mew here. And then from there, I would have to figure out a way to build the Mew up. Like, I was just not That was just not the right play. So I actually do go ahead and just drop that so I can get the extra cards here. Get all of these out. We are finding a boss's orders right here. Come on. Are you serious right now? Okay. So, you know, we can do another silly thing. I don't think it's going to work, though. I did play... Do I have enough damage? I might be doing enough damage, actually. I am. Awesome. I lost count of the power tablets. We did play 2, didn't we? Cool. Well, sorry, I should have been a lot more focused than that, guys. That's my fault. I had win there, and I didn't even notice. I was busy looking for a boss's orders to try to take out one of the Shan Pals. All right, let's go ahead and run one more. This might be a little bit longer of a video, but that's all right. If you guys want to skip through or whatever, you know, I understand. If you like the TCG live stuff and the you know, deck profiles and all that stuff, leave a like on this video. Let me know. I enjoy doing these kind of videos a little bit. I wouldn't say I like them more than doing the openings. I really enjoy doing, you know, pack openings, but I also enjoy playing quite a bit. So to be able to share that with you guys too is also really fun. Oh, very interesting hand here. We have everything we need to attack next turn, except for something to copy. Because we can't use Cross Fusion Strike if we don't have anything on the bench to use for an attack. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, and they had to start with a Manaphy too? Oh, this is just a rough match all around. I feel very bad about this. I think this is just rough. Okay, Cram-O-Matic. Come on, heads, heads, heads. Yes! All right. So that definitely finds us our Battle VIP Pass. Stop trying to grab things that we don't need. Battle VIP Pass puts out our 2 Genesects. Yes, yes, yes. And now, let's just drop the path and pass. Yeah, so he has no abilities to use this turn, so this, unless he can get rid of that path to the peak, he is pretty much locked down on if he needs to use. Again, I don't know what deck this is yet. We're about to find out, though. Let's see, what is he going to find? What is he discarding, first of all? Okay, so this is a Charizard deck. So expecting to see Pidgey and Charizard and, you know, all of that stuff. So they do drop the Mew, so then they're going to retreat, and they're trying to find that Battle VIP Pass so that they can get things going, which is understandable. They don't find the VIP Pass. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Sorry about that, Coliviera. I'm gonna assume that's how you say that. Yeah, that's always not very fun when you can't even find your VIP pass on turn 1 with Mew, and you get stuck with a Manaphy and a Mew as your only 2 Pokemon out. That's not fun. Sorry. I understand why you would concede that one. Yep. Alright, so right now we're technically 2-0. Let's see if we can go 3-0. Let's see. Yes, I want to go first. That's another thing. You know, I have gotten so used to playing like my United Wings deck and my Turbo Lost deck that whenever it asks me if I want to go first, I always like hesitate because I'm like, from playing, oh, how do I get 2 mulligans here? My goodness. That's their first one. And they have one. But I've gotten used to saying that I want to go second, so I have to like really pause and think to myself, like, no, I don't want to go second here. I want to go first. All right, let's see what our line is. I would assume by the sleeves they're playing Charizard, but we'll figure that out pretty soon. And they are. Okay. So Choice Belt doesn't really help us here, so if I need to drop it with Cram-O-Matic, maybe? Yeah, let's Cram-O-Matic the... Oh, yeah, because tools are not technically items anymore. That's right. Let's do the Ultra Ball. Path to the Peak is really big here. Not necessarily this turn, but once they can start evolving, I really want to keep that Pidgeot EX shut off. I want them to have to, you know, put in a Charizard without being able to use its ability to find energy, like all of that stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw the Choice Belt on just to get it out of the hand. And Fusion Strike System to draw a few cards. I don't really want any of those things out there. I hate to throw away the Feather Ball when I could use it to find a VMAX. But I think I'm going to have to. So we're Lost City, Lost Vacuum, Feather Ball. Get rid of Lost City. Now, Fusion Strike. Draw 3 more. Okay, we have an energy. That's always good here. And we'll draw 1 more. And we do find another VIP pass, so that'll get us our Oricorio. And we'll have to pass it there. Pretty good turn 1. We do have our bench pretty fully set up. Only thing that could be better is to have a VMAX in hand ready to go this turn. Oh, so they do run the Arceus, so that Choice Belt really does help here, because now I don't have to find any power tablets to take out that Arceus. Wow, they did get the double VIP pass, so they have a full bench as well. And they're going to energy up the Arceus first, and Colress. Okay, so as of right now, my big searches for this next turn are going to be, first of all, find the MewVMAX to attack. And then second, I really want to take out that Arceus that has energy on it. If I can get that Arceus taken out, this is going to be a really good turn. Okay, so I don't want to have to do that though. Okay, let's just drop the power tablet first of all. And now we'll draw 2 here. We'll retreat. And then escape rope. We'll see what he brings up. Okay, so he's just gonna bring up the other Pidgey. Yep. Which is fine. Makes sense. Okay, so we did find, yeah, we found what we need. Okay, so now we will Boss's Order the Arceus. We'll go ahead and draw our 1 more card. And now we'll drop Path to the Peak so that it shuts off their abilities this turn. And Techno Blast for the knockout. Nice. So one of the reasons I targeted that Arceus specifically is because he showed me with that energy drop, this is what I want to do. Like he showed me, this is where I want to, like I want to be able to use this Arceus next turn. So because he showed me that, that tells me that's my target. That's what I need to get after. So you do have to try a little bit harder to get to this one. We are hitting for 220 right now, so we need 2 2 rare candies. And see, so now he's dropping his Pidgeot EX. He's got his Arceus V-Star. Both of these things have like crazy insane abilities. He could literally, like, if I didn't have that Path to the Peak out, he could find 3 cards of whatever he wants right now. But because I was able to get that Path to the Peak out, it really shuts him down. Like, he just had essentially a dead turn. And here... Oh man, this is a rough one. Because I don't want to shuffle and give him more cards. I might just have to. Well, then let's definitely go Judge. I don't want him to get 6. I'm fine with him getting 4. And now I really... Okay, so cool. I get the other Path to the Peak, which is awesome. We could Featherball for the MewVMAX, but I would rather go ahead and just drop the hand size down to 1 as opposed to keeping it at 3. Because now we can draw 5 cards. 2 Cram-O-Matics, that's pretty interesting. Do get the other energy for the other MewVMAX. And actually, we could have used that to retreat the Genesect. It's not technically the right play, but it could end up biting us. The fact that we didn't do it could end up biting us. Because now if we don't find it... Yeah, now if we don't find that, that's kind of rough, you know. So we'll Ultra Ball away a Baby Mew and a MewVMAX, or Lost Vacuum. Here we go. We get to draw 4 cards. We need something to switch here. Escape Rope. All right, cool. We'll take it. And actually, let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. So right now, how many of these have we played? We've played 1. So we're hitting for 250. See, so whatever he feeds us, we're still not going to be able to take it out. That's the issue. But that's okay. We'll make it work. Wow, that's... That's really interesting that he would give me that. Because he could avoid a knockout entirely by just giving me... by just giving me the Pidgeot EX, but I'll take it. I'm gonna find another bosses. It did suck that we had to waste that power tablet here, because that kind of makes it to where, I mean, that basically makes it to where this Pidgeot and this Arceus are always going to be out of reach now. Technically the Arceus we could still get, because we do have 2 left. I didn't check to see if they're in the deck or not, though. But at this point, I think it's really going to be more a matter of... Okay, we'll see what we draw here. Okay, not terrible. Not great. Not terrible. What would we pull up here? Okay, so the Echoing Horn's nice. If we do find... We can do an Echoing Horn boss play, where we echo up that Arceus V and boss... Like, echo it out to the bench and then bosses order it up. We can take that out with 1 hit. So that's pretty nice. Again, they have another dead turn. So let's do that. So start Alchemy for the boss. Let's keep making them fight for this. Yeah, so that Combustion Blast doesn't kill us, so I'm not scared of that. Yeah, Techno Blast for the knockout. Go down to 1 prize card left. going against a Charizard deck, you really don't want to be this low. But I have a second attacker built up. I'm not worried about it, you know? This person, Dangler365, like, at the end of this match, what this person should do is he should go straight into his deck list and say, I need something that gets rid of stadiums. Because right now it seems like he doesn't have that, and it seems like that is the one thing that is keeping him from being able to win this game. So here, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use glistening droplets. And I'm going to spread them on both of these Charmanders a little bit. That way, even if he does find the stuff to heal one of them, that last 10 doesn't really matter. Even if he does find the stuff to, I said evolve one of them, he still leaves one there. Ooh, Temple of Sinnoh, that's a good card here. I do have the Lost Vacuum that's going to get rid of it, though, so... I mean, he does have the ability to have some insane turn here. If he does evolve both of those Charmanders, then that Glistening Droplets play kind of just... fizzles out, doesn't do anything. Which is possible. There's one of them. And he does get to use the Infernal Rain on it, yeah. So I'm probably losing this. I'm definitely losing this MewVMAX here, because he does have free retreat with the Pidgeot EX. It's just a matter of if he can see. He might not see it. If he doesn't see that he has to get that Charmander out, I still have a win here. Yeah, I still win. Sorry, my guy. Kept you locked down for too long. Now, he didn't know that I had a Lost Vacuum, so, you know, there's that to take into consideration as well. But that's all I had to find is some kind of stadium removal, and now I just Glistening Droplets to reach that Charmander. And he conceded. He saw it. All right, well, that's the MewVMAX deck. I think that was a really good demonstration of the different things that this deck can do. I mean, you even got to see an actual Glistening Droplets play, which you rarely get to see. But I had a blast playing that deck. We went 3-0 yet again. So MewVMAX, awesome deck. If you haven't built it yet, or if you're playing competitive and you haven't tried this deck out, or if you're even just playing on TCG Live, build this deck. Try it out. It's a really, really fun deck to play. I mean, I love playing it. So anyway, as always, have a good one, gamers. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment, tell me what was your favorite part of the video. What do you think about this MewVMAX deck? Do you like it as much as I do? Or are you kind of against it? Tell me what your opinions are. Anyways, guys, as always, I want you guys to have an amazing day. Have a good one, and we'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. See you later, guys.